Call the May 5th Mechanicsburg Borough Council meeting to order. And before we do that, there'll be an executive session at the end of the meeting in regards to real estate with no action to be taken. And we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And I'm sure everybody's getting tired of seeing this collar around my neck, and I'm getting tired of wearing it. Roll call.
President Whitcomb.
Here.
Vice President Litchfield.
Here.
Councilman McDermott.
Present.
Mallett.
Here.
Conan.
Here.
Stoner.
Here.
Weber.
Here.
Mayor Ritter.
Here.
Solicitor Point.
Here.
Engineer Rogowski.
Here.
Chief Spots.
Here.
Chief Sechrist.
Here.
Secretary Dennis.
We have Mr. Barry here. I will be down here in a minute, Mr. Barry. I can get my funds moving there. How you doing, Ben? Good, good. Resolution 7-2015, whereas the citizenry and the officials of the Borough of Mechanicsburg, Cumberland County, Pennsylvania, desire herewith to express their recognition and congratulations to William Bill Barry upon his retirement from the Borough of Mechanicsburg Park Maintenance Department, and whereas the Borough of Mechanicsburg officials and staff recognize Bill Barry on his diligent and dedicated service to the Borough of Mechanicsburg by keeping the parks and recreation well maintained and helping to make the borough a good place to live. Now therefore be it resolved by the Borough Council and the officials of the Borough of Mechanicsburg, Cumberland County, Pennsylvania, and with the power and authority the same do here fix their signatures below to Resolution 7-2015 in this resignation. Congratulations. Any citizens' comments or requests? Glenda.
Yes, sir. On Blair 229 West Street, Mechanicsburg, PA. I would like to direct this question to the Chief of Police and Borough Council. Has there been a changing in the rulings in Mechanicsburg that vehicles are allowed to park on sidewalks 24/7?
Not to the best of my knowledge.
Then I'd like to know why there is vehicle is allowed to park on the sidewalk at the corner of York and Locust 24/7. And when I had an incident on Saturday night, I pointed it out to the police officers and they said it was the landlord's problem. Now,
Which location that you were in?
the northeast corner.
Northeast corner? Okay.
Now, if nothing's been passed, I would think it would be illegal. And if I park my vehicle out on the sidewalk, am I going to get a ticket?
If you ask me, that would depend on the circumstances. We'll check into this. There may be more than needs service. I'll check and see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, if the person needs a handicap spot, then the landlord, I feel, should provide the handicap spot, or they can do like everyone else in the borough and apply for a handicap spot on the street. And this is the second tenant that has done this.
Is it happening every weekend?
Oh, it's every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Is it a handicap plate? Or is it a different vehicle each time?
No, it's the same vehicle, but it was two different residents, and definitely I can tell you that the first one was not a handicap plate. Okay?
What's the vehicle?
It's four-door white. I think it's a Buick.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Glenda. Any other citizen comments or questions? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President and Council. I won't take up too much time of your folks' time. When we do the business of governments here, we got to remember, of course, we're constantly reminded that it's election day as well. We're concentrating on Mechanicsburg, our local elections, but also we have a county election going on. My name is Matt Smith. I'm running for judge. I've spent 12 years as a prosecutor here in Cumberland County. I know Chief, I know the mayor, I know some other folks here. I've been a friend of Mechanicsburg. I also spent almost 20 years in the military now. I've been highly recommended by the Bar Association. I've been endorsed by both local and state law enforcement. So when we go about the business of government and we're thinking about our local officials, I ask that you also think about our county officials, especially the judge race. My name is Matt Smith. Come May 19th, I ask for your support. Thank you, Councilman.
You want to tell us your name? We didn't hear that.
Matt Smith.
Matt Smith?
Yes. And your address? 108 Ridgewood Drive, Cape Cod.
Ridgewood,
Yep.
not in the borough.
Not in the borough. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other citizens comments or requests? Approval of the minutes of council meeting of April 21st, 2015.
Motion to approve.
Motion's made. Second. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Are there any additions to the committee portion of the agenda? We need a motion for approval of the committee agenda.
Make that motion.
Motion's been made.
Second.
Seconded. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Standing Committee of the Borough Council, Community and Economic Development, Councilman Weber.
I would like to defer to Councilman Pellman and Rebecca Yerrick for that report.
Yes, a few things I'd like to mention about the Downtown Mechanicsburg Partnership. One thing that this organization is looking into seriously is a app for a smartphone for the downtown. Twice now they've had Dylan Galucci, a borough resident that lives up on East Simpson Street. He has a business called Creek House Apps, and he right now is working with the Downtown Partnership to see if maybe an app for people's smartphones would be appropriate to assist people when they come downtown, do all kinds of things on these apps, including buy tickets for the Person of the Year award, for products downtown. So it's something that they're looking at fairly seriously right now. They've pretty much given him the okay to explore and try to get businesses to join him in that endeavor. Another thing coming up very soon, the 14th annual Art Walk and Wine Tasting event is planned for Saturday, May 9th from 1 to 5. If you have not bought a wine glass to enjoy this experience downtown, you're still able to do that. They're $12 in advance for a wine glass and $15 the day of the event. And you can purchase them at Just Clogs, the Civil War and More, and Paramount Colors. An added benefit to the DMP's Art Walk and Wine Tasting this Saturday will be that this singer band will be playing from 2 to 3 in the afternoon. So it's an event well worth your patronage, and they'd love to see you downtown if you could on Saturday.
Hey, Rebecca? Got something here?
I do have something here. You all have a copy of my report. Under About Face, we had a site visit and review panel meeting, and we approved a grant for Weddings in Bloom. That's a florist, weddings only florist, and Kelly Wyland Photography. They are sharing a space at 107 East Main Street that was last utilized for a massage business. This is a property that Deborah Eckstein Widener owns. So that's nice, 2 businesses all in one place. Weddings and Blooms have been located at 71 West Main Street, very small space, so they've expanded and they're sharing that space. So that's a grant for lighting, signage, and some other exterior improvements, painting and such. Jack Winchell is one of the panelists on the review panel, so thank you for your service there. They have their hard approval. They may need to come back for approval for a railing, depending on what all is involved there. Under business and property updates, been talking to you about the prospective tenant that was looking at 1 East Main Street. He's tabled his plans for a while as he expands his hours to include breakfast now at his business in Carlisle, Southside Deli. But he promises to revisit that, and I expect that he will in a few months once he gets that underway. The Jerky Jar has closed, and so that space is available. Market Street Music has returned to downtown. They moved from Simpson to Maine. Blue Door Vaping has moved from Maine to Simpson, next to CVS. And a Razor's Edge opened next door. That's a barber shop. We also do women's hair care as well. The restaurant that I'm often asked about at this particular meeting, in the space where the Walnut Cafe was and Becca Dawn's was, it tells me that they will open in early June of this year. Clay's service station is no longer pumping gas, and you probably all know the news about Everly Lumber Company. But to cheer you up, Brittle Bark will offer this fall, you've probably heard about Sip and Paint. Well, they're going to offer sip and chocolates. So you can sip wine and do wonderful things with chocolate at Brittle Bark this fall. The pole banners are in, they've arrived. Some of us have peeked at them. They're all accounted for. They're all different designs. They're very colorful. They look very nice. And we'll soon be working on getting them up. I'm hopeful we can get them up in time for Jubilee Day. Hopeful that's scheduled and weather permitting, and a few other things we still have to work out. The Cumberland Valley Visitors Bureau tourism grants were announced a week and a half ago. They have more money than ever in this year's pot of grant monies. They also have a streamlined application process for those requesting $2,500 and under. The eligibility for grants is about the same as it was last year. A few new categories, a little more flexibility this year. And you see what we have in the commercial loan program that is available. Still working with Taylor Eisenberger, who is especially busy with prom season. So she's promised me once she gets that underway, she'll start looking at architects for her building project, Tailored for You Bridal Boutique. And as well as the art walk and wine tasting. There are a lot of specials going on downtown. A lot of businesses have special promotions like Just Clogs. You'll want to be getting your clogs. They have men's clogs as well at Just Clogs. Women's shoes, boots, men's sandals, all kinds of things. And they have a trunk show this Saturday in conjunction with the art walk and wine tasting. That's what I have. Anything for me?
Rebecca, I do have a question. Not that I believe everything I read on the internet, but I read today that the downtown Mechanicsburg partnership is dissolving.
Well, I'll circle back to what you said to start.
I think it's their Facebook group. I think that they're dissolving the group on there. Instead, they're focusing, they're pushing people towards the page.
Oh, the one Facebook page.
Yeah, they're pushing people towards the page rather than the group.
The one Facebook page is being.
I mean, that's where I saw it, but that seems a little misleading.
I also saw it, but I've seen posts directing them towards the page,
Towards
to
the
like the
partnerships.
page.
Already
Yeah.
closed.
Yes. But I'll relay that in case there are any other questions. Thank you for bringing that up. Anything else? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Finance Administration order, Mr. Winchell.
I have nothing. I'll turn this over to.
Yeah, turn it over to Patrick on
The first thing before we get into the garbage contract is I put this sheet in front of council this evening. I'm going to pull that out. Essentially what this sheet breaks down is on Monday, our bond counselor and our bond consultant went to the market to try to get us our 2.75%. Well, we got 7.6% on our refunding. So instead of setting the goal of $175,000, we got $744,000 in our refunding. So that refunding just generated $700,000 in cash for us to be able to use for our MS4 stuff, some other sewer things, and even put towards some of that fund balance stuff that we talked about. So when we start the budget process, we'll be able to have $700,000 in cash and reserves ready to go to allocate towards things. So good day, a good day on Monday, and a good day today.
Good
So,
day, good day. Yep.
So it was very exciting.
I was happy to report that.
I was happy. I called yesterday at 6 o'clock, and I called Ron right after I cut the phone with him. So
That was wonderful.
It's a good day for all of us, and allows us to have some financial flexibility with a lot of different projects that we're working on right now. So
Excellent.
it's good news. So on to the garbage contract. Glenda, who's our recycling coordinator, put together a memo for council as we begin to prepare the bid documents for the garbage contract. And two of the things that came out of the committee that were left unresolved that we wanted to provide information for are the size of the trucks. Council requested the weights of the types of truck, and we got that for you. And that's broken down on sub-point 3 of the memo that was provided by Glenda. So as we talked about this weight as it relates to alleys, the only kind of direction we're waiting for on council in regards to this would be, is there any consideration to the curb front pickup? Because as you can see by the weights, there really isn't a dramatic weight difference between the size of truck. So I don't know if it's gonna make that much of a difference if we go to a smaller truck. Our alleys are minimal base, and they do tear them up. There's no doubt about it, the garbage trucks do that. But I don't necessarily think that's the significant variable to that particular issue, so.
Well, the trucks, these vehicle sizes, what size are the ones they're using now?
35. They're using
35?
Yes, sir.
So they're 54,000 pounds empty.
That's correct.
Loaded at 66,000.
That's correct. Now, we can, when we go out to bid, we can write it and restrict it to, say, a 28 cubic ton garbage truck, if that's what council would like. When we talked to one of the haulers, they said as you get lower and lower, you begin to pay.
Well, you're gonna pay more because we're gonna have to have more equipment in to
Right.
make the trips to
Got it.
get the trash out.
Patrick, to refresh my memory, what was the previous hauler, what size was the previous hauler using?
26.
26.
The borough had 20 cubic yards. Ours was 20.
Originally, you mean?
The borough.
The old borough
Yeah, the
garbage
old
truck.
borough garbage truck. 320 cubic yards.
So you're talking 15 cubic yards, 14,000 pounds empty, the difference between the two of them.
What's the weight of 26? What was the weight of 26? They said they gave you a weight.
No. But I would imagine it would be somewhere between those two particular.
Yeah.
I mean, the simplest thing to do, other than changing the front pickup, would be to restrict it to, say, 30 cubic tons, and then say, write that in the bid document. But you're not gonna fix your alley issue.
No, the alley issues are not gonna go away because the alleys have absolutely no base to begin with. When you start hauling trash down there in a full truck, it doesn't matter what size it is, it's still gonna beat the road down.
Is there any consideration to going with front pickup where they would pick up curbside other than Main and Simpson Street because of the heavy traffic?
Not for me. I think that's a problem job. Actually, we could always make the alleys stone, rip them up, grind them up, and just make them all stone. That way it'd stay that way. Wouldn't have to pave them. Serious, I'm serious. I mean, dirt alleys are a thing that's coming up. They're using them in other towns. I've read it in the municipal buildings, their book.
Municipalities are far away from it.
Yeah, so, but that's just something to think about. I don't know, I'm not saying that's what we need to do. But I think we probably ought to go ahead and bid the price you want, truck you want, size,
Okay,
go with that.
okay, we can do that. Is that okay with Russell?
With what size? The 26 yards?
Yeah, 26 yards.
Okay.
Is it possible to put up the request in a way that you could compare the sizes and what the cost is between?
We can bid an alternative bid that says we want to see the cost of 28, 26, 30, whatever.
Can we do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, why don't we do that?
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. See how much difference there is.
Cool. We can do that.
Okay?
Yep, okay. And
Is 26 the maximum weight that you'll accept?
It wouldn't be for me,
Well,
I mean, considering.
Well,
if
you're
we're
thinking
gonna
about-
accept any weight, what would be the point of asking them to clarify the weight?
And they're saying set it at 30 and see what it likes at 30, 26, see what the price discrepancy between them is.
See what the difference in price of pickup is between the large one.
But you still have to go with the lowest bid.
If you bid it alternatively, as long as we do it as a document that we
But
can
you
add
have
up
to go with the
to.
lowest bid.
That's right.
last time.
That's right. We got it.
Okay, all right.
And the other one was, what are the other issues we have? And it relates more to aesthetics than it does. There's a little bit of money to be made in it, but it's more in aesthetics. Is we have some large residential units that once you go over 4 units, you can have a dumpster. And that has created some pretty nasty issues for us because when it becomes in control of that particular landlord, they're the ones that have to call for the pickup. And we're finding that that's not happening as much
Certain
as.
landlords are not calling for pickup.
And so we've had a couple areas that have gotten really nasty really quickly, because if you have 10 units, or let's just say 5 units coming in one place and the landlord's not on it, it can get nasty quickly. So we wanted to bring up if council was acceptable writing in, that it be a 10 unit, anything less than 10 unit, anything less than 10, what did we say this one?
Yeah, only 10 units or more
There you
could
go.
have
So
contract.
anybody that has more than 10 could do it, say Shenandoah, but anybody that has less than 10 would have to use our garbage.
10 or less would have to use our garbage. I think that's probably a good idea.
Okay, good.
Patrick, how would that affect someone in my situation where I have 2 units plus retail space? Do I have to have separate dumpsters for the 2
Your
living
mixed
units?
Your
use,
mixed use.
we're talking about just strictly residential.
Strictly residential, okay.
Not mixed
When I
use,
read that, I
not
wasn't sure how,
Yeah, sure.
okay, thank you.
You bet. Okay.
Nothing from the internal review committee, municipal community outreach, whatever.
Nothing really to report other than we did hold our town hall meeting on April 23rd. Those people in attendance tonight who were not able to come to that, there is information in the lobby of Borough Hall on items that were discussed that night, and the committee is meeting tomorrow at 10 o'clock to review the town hall meeting and some other issues. That's all I have time for.
I have something for the library.
Oh, okay.
Although until recently, the weather has not been indicative of the fact that summer's on its way, and I think now we know that it is, and the library kicks off some very important things this summer. They are summer reading programs, and registration's already begun for the summer reading programs. It starts May 11th, and it kicks off June 6th with a big celebration they have at the library where they serve hot dogs, popcorn, beverages, ice cream, cookies, so forth. And this is for not just for children, it's also for teens and adults. They have a program geared for every age group. And the primary goal of this is obviously to keep kids reading during the summer. They get used to it during the school year and they lose a lot if they become inactive during the summer. And another thing that is big with the library lately have been these dine outs where the library takes a certain portion of the sales for that day and benefits from the money that's donated. And they have one May 18th at Chipotle, and that's from 5:30 to 8:30. And so if any of you like the food that they offer there and can coordinate it in your schedule, May 18th, 5:30 to 8:30, you can buy some good food, and some of that will go toward the library. I'm not sure what the percentage is, but you can get registration forms and take them with you from either at the library or online. And last but not least, the library has a big fundraiser called Decked Out Live, and it's at the Vineyard and Brewery at Hershey. It's Friday, May 15th at 6 p.m. It's $25 a person, and they have music, wine tasting, and a tour of the facilities there. And you must purchase tickets. There's 150 tickets available for this event, and they must be purchased by May 8th, and that date is drawing ever closer. And that's it.
Thank you. For property, parks, and recreation, Mr. Cummings.
I will, yeah, meeting next Tuesday here at 7 o'clock. Also, the rec board at the last meeting met the new pool manager. She introduced herself and basically gave us some ideas how, helping Pat get got together, how we're gonna run the pool and some different things of what to do. Also, last meeting, we also recommended Bob Kovac to fill the vacancy spot on the rec board. That's all I have.
Thank you. Public Works and Safety, Scott?
I have nothing. Do you have anything, Mark?
Had a joint fire consolidation meeting on April 23rd at Citizens. Plans are on track for the merger. The final plans are coming together. We're hoping to meet our deadline. We have a deadline that we're hoping to meet. Also, with last meeting, they passed to acquire some outside legal help. Some help that Ben Reed cannot do. They hired an outside firm to go over some documents for the state from the state for the merger. He had 1 or 2 pieces of paper he submitted to them already, and they came back, checking out, everything seemed to be okay so far, so that's all on track with that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Are there any agenda additions for action of Borough Council? Other than the executive session I already announced. We need a motion for the approval of the council agenda items. Motion's been made.
Second.
Seconded. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Consideration of possible action to adopt Resolution 8, 2015 in support of the Cumberland County 2014 Hazard Mitigation Plan.
Motion's been made.
Second.
Seconded. Any discussion? And this basically is just an extension of the plan that was already in effect. We just have to change the date and forward it to the proper authorities. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Consideration of possible action to approve the 2014 audit as prepared by Hamilton and Musser.
We have a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Motion's been made.
Second.
Seconded. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Consideration of possible action to adopt the secondary market disclosure policies and procedures. These were provided by bond counselor to council. We need to adopt these as part of our refunding process.
I'll make that motion.
Motion's been made.
Second.
Seconded. Discussion. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
Consideration of possible action to hire Jacob Levin as a part-time at-will park security officer at a rate of $8 effective immediately.
I'll make that motion.
Motion's been made.
Second.
Seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Do we have any citizens' comments at this time? Yes, sir, young man. Young Mr. Stoner.
My name is Dustin Stoner from 408 North Dover Street, and I am personally coming up here to thank each and every one that showed up or decided to help me with my Eagle Scout project. Because without your guys' help, I probably would not be standing here today saying that I am officially an Eagle Scout.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Dick Snyder, 330 West Main. As far as the trash, when they put the bid out, we know where the alleys are, we know where the streets are. Could they get a segregated bid saying, we want the smaller trucks for the alleys and others for that, just as a thought? I mean, we all have different sized shoes, so just a thought.
Thank you. Any other citizen comments? Any other business? Glenda? Patrick?
You can see we're advertising our pool rates in the guide, so if you have a copy of the guide, make sure you pass them on to somebody else. Our numbers are pretty in line with last year, which means more memberships, so hopefully we'll keep that trend going and we'll have a successful summer.
Chief?
No, sir.
Mayor? Gary?
No.
Scott? Kyle? Okay, Mark?
Yeah, I got one thing. Can we, for next meeting, do a resolution for Glenda Blair for her action at Fire on Main Street?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, we'll take care of that. We'll make a resolution for next council meeting for Glenda for that action she took in that fire, to get the woman out of the house.
See you at the next council meeting.
See you the next council meeting. That is if you want to come. If you don't, that's okay, we'll mail to you.
I actually thought that's not even here.
Yeah, I know, all of you.
What, the other one now, please? No, wait, June with
You mean for, let's wait till the first, or the next meeting. We'll
Okay.
do the next one. Because that's gonna be another month anyway, so we'll do.
that.
Nothing, sir.
Nothing?
No.
Oh. Okay. Archie?
Thank you, Mr. President. Three quick things. Attended department head meeting on the 23rd. Also attended the special joint consolidation meeting, Station 27. Last month, April, the department responded to 21 calls, 15 in the borough, and 6 mutual aid. And just a reminder, Saturday, May the 9th, the Washington Fire Company is holding their chicken barbecue from 11 o'clock until they run out. And the location is at Palmer's Automotive at 699 East Simpson Street behind the Giant Store. And if I could recommend, they go there, get their chicken, and then do their wine tasting.
Yeah, have the wine tasting, then go get the chicken. That should be it. Meeting's adjourned, or executive session.